Hey, friends, and welcome back to the Elevate with Erica podcast. So, if you're new here, I'm Erica, and I am so grateful that you pressed play today because this episode is a big one for your 2026. So, we are officially into the final month of 2025, and there's something about December that just brings up all kinds of feelings, doesn't it? It's the reflection on the past year, the anticipation of what the next year could hold, good and bad, the pressure, the celebrating, also the exhaustion, the gratitude, like it's full of all kinds of things, right? Sometimes the grief, the hope, the heaviness, the light, it's all packed into 1 month. So if you're feeling that too, you are not alone. I am with you. And December is a month that asks us to feel deeply, whether we want to do that or not. And because of that, this episode is going to be kind of both like a like a grounding breath and a fire in your soul, but it's also going to be a reminder and a reset and a rally cry because there is this lie, this tired, recycled lie that December doesn't matter, that this is just a coast month, that it's a holiday haze month, that we can kind of get lost in the sugar rush, right? That we pause our goals and we abandon all of our routines and we disconnect from our intentions and we say, I'll start fresh in January. Does that sound familiar to you? That mindset, it robs people of the very momentum that you're praying for. So today we're going to flip that belief upside down, okay? So we're going to walk out of this episode knowing this. We're going to know that it's not a throwaway month. December is not a throwaway month. It is the foundation. It is the momentum builder. It is the runway for everything that you want to rise into in 2026. So let's talk about walking into this month with intention and gratitude and grace and excitement and yes, even purpose. I want to talk about becoming the woman or the man who finishes strong so that she can rise even higher next year. So let's start with this truth right here. Most people underestimate the power of this month. That is a truth. We treat December like a holding room. It's like a hallway where we've been and where we want to go, right? And we tell ourselves, I'll refocus later. I'll restart later. Next year will be my year. And we kind of slide in this little hall pass for ourselves for it too. Like we kind of justify it with this thing that sounds and feels really good. We say, I want to be really present with my family for the holidays, right? So we just step back from all of our routines. But friend, momentum doesn't come from later. Momentum comes from now. You don't become a new version of yourself on January 1st just because the calendar year changed, right? You're coming in it with all of the baggage that you had in 2025. And if you're not careful, you really add on a lot of heavy luggage in just December of 2025 by letting completely off the gas on your intentions. So I want you to evolve into the person that you want to be on January 1st through the choices that you make in the days that are leading up to that. So I want you to think about it this way. If you were building a house, would you start the foundation in a hurry on January 1st and just hope that the structure could hold? Or would you start preparing the ground now? You could start preparing the ground now, right? Slowly, intentionally, so that the foundation is strong and stable when it's time to build. December is the foundation. This is the month where your mindset gets tuned, where your habits get refreshed, where your gratitude gets louder, where your faith gets more rooted, where your intentions get cleaner, where your heart gets more open. December is a sacred space, not a wasted space. So let's talk about presence, right? Let's talk about that hall pass I said that we kind of slide in there to let completely off the gas on our intentions. Because one of the biggest traps people fall into in December is trying to make everything perfect for everyone else. Perfect holidays, perfect gifts, perfect moments, perfect family gatherings, perfect routines, perfect expectations. But perfection is a joy thief. It is a peace thief and it is a connection thief. Presence is what actually creates meaning in the holidays, right? Not perfection. Presence is what your family will actually remember is that you were there fully, not stressed, not striving for perfection. When I look at the moments that mattered the most in my life, when I think about the memories my boys will actually remember, when I think about the things that leave imprints on my heart, it's always the moment when I was actually there. Not distracted, not stressed, not mentally fixing or planning or worrying, just present. And I want to remind you that presence has nothing to do with being calm all of the time. Presence means that you are in your life, not watching it from the sidelines. Presence means eye contact. It means a slower breath. It means choosing to really listen. Presence means choosing gratitude in real time. So this month, I want you to ask yourself, what would my December feel like if I stopped trying to impress and started trying to be present? Your relationships would shift, your stress would soften, your joy would actually get bigger, and your clarity will deepen. This is not a month for perfection. This is the month for presence. And I actually put this into practice this past weekend. We actually started a new tradition. We visited a new, like, little mini Christmas village thing that is put on by a company up in Delaware. It is called Shellville. It is in Rehoboth Beach. If you ever get a chance to check that out around the Christmas holiday, I highly recommend it. Um, and I decided that when I was walking into that place, the only time I was pulling out a cell phone is because I was going to be taking a picture. I wasn't going to then take the time to post that picture, to share it to any kind of social media. And that's huge for me because I largely live my life in my stories on social media. But I was just going to pull it out, snap the picture, slide it right back in my pocket, just like in the old days when we had Polaroids and little pocket cannons and all of those things, right? We were just snapping the picture and we were putting it away. And that is what I did while we were there. And we had the best time. I felt like I saw more too, right? Like, do you ever just kind of go do something that you've always done, but you do it kind of distracted because it's not new to you? And then the next time you go to do it, you're more present in the moment. It's like you see things you didn't see before. Like, was that house always there? My husband and I were doing that on the way to church yesterday. He was like, was that house always there on the corner? And I'm like, yeah, that one's always been there. But it's like you can catch something if you're not being totally present and aware of your surroundings, right? That you might not have seen before when you were distracted by thoughts or by something tangible. So that's going to happen to you as you become more present in the moment this month. You're going to notice things that you hadn't noticed before. And when I was walking through that Christmas village, I felt like because I made that decision before I walked in there, that I was going to be present. I didn't care about having some perfect curated thing for my social media. I was just going to be present and I was going to capture memories that really got me, that I wanted to hold in my heart. And there's 1,000 trees in this Christmas village, by the way. They had a little sign. 1,000 trees in there, live trees. And I felt like I really saw all of them. Like I was just looking around me and just soaking it all in. It was beautiful. And that's how I want your holidays to feel. So before we look ahead, I want us to look back for a moment, okay? Because gratitude is the bridge between who you've been and who you're becoming. So listen, maybe 2025 wasn't your year. Maybe it was messy. Maybe it was beautiful. Maybe it was confusing. Maybe it didn't go how you thought it would. Maybe it cracked you open. Maybe it was a year that rebuilt you. Maybe you had wins, but you also had losses. Maybe there were moments where you questioned everything. Here is what I know for certain. You made it through every single one of those days. The days you doubted yourself, you made it. The days you wanted to quit, you made it. The days you were exhausted or overwhelmed, you made it. The days you were hurting, you made it. The days you couldn't see the purpose yet, you made it. You're still here. You're still rising. You're still learning. You still chose to push play with me today on a podcast called Elevate with Erica. So you're still growing. You're still being shaped by God in ways that you don't even fully see yet. So before you get carried away planning the new you for 2026, I want you to pause and honor the you that survived 2025. Honor the you who grew quietly. Honor the you who kept going when no one was clapping. Honor the you who showed up even when it felt thankless. Because she deserves credit, she deserves love, and she deserves to be seen. So here's where we're going to get practical with this episode, okay? Because I know that you're a big dreamer. You want to fix everything at once. You want to level up in all areas at the same time. You want to sprint into the new year with a color-coded plan and a Pinterest vision board and a new routine and new habits and a new brand identity, all of the things, right? That can't just be me, right? And while I love that energy and I actually love that about myself, here's the truth. Overwhelm kills momentum. I found myself in that by the summer of 2025. And I've talked about that a little bit on recent episodes, right? Overwhelm kills momentum. I was saying yes to everything. But focus builds it. And that's what I've started working to do. I've also shared that in a recent episode in like September, October. I've worked to shed some of the things that I said yes to and really focus on the things that actually matter to me and the things that can really provide true joy and abundance to my life. So I'm focusing on those things because I got so overwhelmed by the summer of 2025 that I lost all ability to be creative and to know what I actually wanted. So here's what I want from you this month. I want you to just pick a thing, one thing that you want to feel more grounded in when January arrives. One thing you want to already have in motion, one thing that matters enough to begin now, today. And maybe that's strengthening your marriage in small, intentional ways. Maybe it's being a more present parent with fewer screens and more conversations with eye contact. Maybe it's creating financial traction, right? Maybe it's paying off the debt. Maybe it's not waiting for the perfect time. Maybe it's clearing clutter that's been draining your energy. I need to do that one too. My closet is a hot mess. This office is a hot mess. It serves also as my family's dining room that we never use, but also as like everyone's junk room. Everyone puts things in here that they need to do something else with, but they haven't yet. It comes into mom's office. Maybe it's rebuilding friendships. Maybe it's finally committing to consistent movement. Maybe it's bringing joy back into your hobbies. One of the things my long time listeners are going to laugh when I say this out loud because I say this one all the time, but I really want to take online guitar lessons. I really want to learn how to play the guitar. That would bring so much joy to my life. Maybe it's deepening your relationship with God through daily obedience. Whatever your thing is, whichever one of those struck something within you or some variation of one of those things, I want you to begin now. Not in a perfectionistic way, like all in, burn yourself out kind of way, but in an intentional, steady, small step way. So like maybe today I find the app that I'm going to commit to learn to play the guitar, right? Or maybe today I find the marriage personal development book that's going to help me strengthen my marriage. Why do I want you to do this? Because small steps compound. Consistency compounds. Energy compounds. Belief compounds. Momentum is built in the inches, not in the miles. You're going to thank yourself in January for every single, no matter how small of, move you make in December. So let's address something important, right? You are allowed to pursue growth while still being present with your family. We kind of, like I said, give ourselves that hall pass in December so that we don't have to go through the pain of growth for a month. And then we set ourselves even farther back in January. We're carrying even more luggage into 2026 unnecessarily, right? We can have both. We can have both. We can be present with our family and continue growing through December 31st. It is not one or the other. It is both. You can build your dreams and bake the cookies. You can deepen your marriage and set boundaries. You can pursue your health and enjoy holiday food without guilt. You can host the gatherings and carve out time for your workouts. You can be a great mom and build the life that God is calling you to. It's not one or the other. Your growth doesn't take away from your family. I want you to really hear this. Your growth doesn't take away from your family, it blesses them. When you step into alignment, when you choose consistency, when you choose joy, discipline, gratitude, and growth, your family, she feels it. They benefit from it. When I have a day where I have fully crushed and felt clear and focused on my to-dos. And I feel proud of the workday that I walked out of. Like I stayed on track. I didn't get lost in scrolling or lost in email messages or made everyone else's priorities more important than mine. When I have one of those days and I walk out of that workday, I am totally different with my family that night versus one where I kept pouring into other things that weren't important because they were important to somebody else and then none of my things got done. Oh, that evening when I'm with my husband and my children, they feel my tension, they feel my stress, right? But when you step into alignment, your family absorbs it. You lead them through your example, not your explanations. So this month, I want you to reject the belief that you have to wait until January to show up for yourself because that is a lie. You can be fully present in your home and intentionally building momentum. You can show up in micro moments while still being rooted in what matters most. December is not about sacrificing your family for your goals or sacrificing your goals for your family. It's about harmony, not balance. Balance is rigid. Harmony flows, and I want to take harmony into 2026. We have to talk about peace now because December can be loud, right? Emotionally and physically. The world kind of speeds up, even if your heart is like fighting to keep it slowed down. So here's how you can stay grounded in December. You might want to make note of these or come back to this section if you're driving, please. But the first one, decide your December non-negotiables. I actually reached out to the business builders on my team with Make Wellness, and I sent them voice memos on Friday, and I asked them to give me their non-negotiables. I asked for three things because these are going to be their anchors when the world is noisy. They're sanity savers when they're feeling pulled in 85 different directions. And they're peace protectors when they're looking for the harmony in their day. So number two, right? Number one, we're going to decide those December negotiables. Number two, we're going to give yourself permission to say no. Oh, this one's so hard for me. But I've actually gotten a lot better. I actually said no twice in the past couple weeks. And there are two no's that I'm very proud of. Not everything is yours to carry. Not every tradition needs to continue. Remember, your kids are going to remember your presence, not your perfection, not being pulled to 85 different locations because it's what you guys always do. Not every invite needs a yes. You can say thank you so much for the invitation, but I'm going to pass. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. That is not rude. Number three, build small intentional rituals. A morning routine that you keep, even if it's shorter. This is one of the things as a health and wellness coach I have told people so many times. Like my morning routine, it changes depending on what season of life I am in, right? Sometimes I don't have time to do the 30-minute weighted vest walk and the 10 minutes of extra glute focused work after my 30-minute strength training workout that I already did. I don't have time to read 15 minutes of personal development and journal 2 pages. Like, not every morning gives me that time, right? Sometimes it's 3 minutes of just jotting down some quick thoughts. I read 2 pages of my personal development. I get my 30-minute workout done, and I skip the glute focused extra stuff, and I might get a 10 to 15-minute weighted vest walk in, and I might not walk that day. But here's the point. You create a routine that you can stick to through this particular month, through this particular season, right? Even if it's shorter, not perfection, right? We're not shooting for perfection. We're creating small intentional rituals. Maybe it's a nightly wind down, right? Maybe it's like, okay, you don't need to have your phone in your face until your eyes are rolling back in your head, right? Like maybe it's an intentional, okay, I'm going to set my phone on the nightstand. I'm going to go sit out with my family in the living room for the last hour of this evening. Nothing is that important to pull me away from being present with them. Maybe it's a gratitude moment in the car, and I love these before you walk into the house with your family, whether you're coming home from the grocery store or you're coming home from your work day, just closing your eyes in the driveway and taking a moment to feel grateful and to shift your energy into that before you take any baggage you have from that day into your home. Maybe it's a prayer on your walk. Maybe it's a minute of deep breathing before reacting. I've been practicing this. Whatever it is, build those small intentional rituals. These are the things that are going to help you stay grounded this month when life is noisy and a bit overwhelming and a bit all over the place, right? You've got those grounding things that you are committed to. Limit the mindless scrolling. Comparison will rob your joy before you even notice that it's happening. You're going to see a lot of perfect looking families, a lot of perfectly curated family photos that people have gone to get done and stuck on the front of their Christmas card and mailed to your home. And you're like, oh my God, this family's like rocking life. And I have not washed my hair in 6 days, right? Like you're going to see all sorts of things on the Christmas cards being mailed to your house, on your social media feed, in people's stories as they're showing the highlights of their Christmas traditions. Don't mindless scroll. Comparison will rob your joy before you even notice it's happening. Now, if you're just catching up with friends and seeing what amazing things they have going on in life and you're wanting to celebrate them and their family, that is great. Do that. But if you're mindless comparison scrolling, that is robbing you of the joy in your own Christmas season with your family. And lastly, keep your heart open to God's whisper. Some guidance only comes through the quiet. You don't have to be perfect to find peace. You just have to be intentional. So whether you believe in God or not, some kind of higher power, maybe it's your highest self, maybe it's the universe, just take 5 minutes. It's actually a lot. Have you ever tried to close your eyes and be quiet for 5 minutes? Try to silence your mind for 5 minutes. It's really extremely powerful and clarifying and so grounding in a season that is very noisy, right? So let's talk about the version of you that's going to finish 2025 strong. She is disciplined. She is present. She is reflective. She is grounded. She is grateful. She is open, and she is becoming. I love that one. I love she is becoming. That just excites me. She is the same version who is going to rise higher in 2026 if you show up as her now. When you choose intention now, you enter January already in motion, already believing, already acting, already aligned with something bigger than you. This month shapes you. This month prepares you. This month elevates you. December is not the end, it is the beginning. So I want to leave you with this. I know this has been a little bit longer of an episode. Whatever you're hoping for in 2026, whatever you're praying for, whatever you're dreaming about, whatever you're healing from, whatever you're stepping into, I want you to know that God is already in that space. He is already preparing the ground for you. He is already guiding your steps. He is already strengthening your heart. But he asks you to show up. He asks you to walk. He asks you to move with intention. He asks you to trust the momentum that he is building in you, even when you can't see the full picture, even when that momentum feels painful and confusing. I want you to give him this month. Give yourself this month. Give your growth this month. And you will walk into 2026 proud of the woman that you became in these last 31 days. So thank you for spending this time with me today, truly. My hope is that you walk into this month not defeated, not overwhelmed, not waiting, but awake and hopeful and grounded, activated and present. Let's not coast through December. Let's not disappear. Let's not take a step back. Let's not hand this month over to autopilot. You don't have to do that in order to be present with your family for the holidays. Let's make December intentional so that we can have both abundance and presence with our family. Let's make it meaningful. Let's make it powerful. This is your runway month. This is your momentum month. This is where your next elevation begins. If this resonated with you, I want you to share it with someone you love. I think this is a great one just to share in general on your social media, on your feed, and your stories. Message me and let me know what one thing is that you're choosing to carry into 2026, because I want to cheer you on. Until next episode, friends, keep growing, keep believing, keep showing up with lots of courage outlined in grace. E. Hey there, friends. I'm excited to share something that's been a game changer for my health and wellness journey. Like we have elevated, friends. Make Wellness Bioactive Precision Peptides. Now, if you're wondering, what are bioactive peptides? Let me break it down for you. These are the cutting edge supplements designed to support your body from the inside out. And we are the first company to introduce bioactive precision peptides to the market. They are totally sourced from nature, which is why they don't have to be injected like synthetic peptides. Because they are sourced from nature, they can survive in the digestive tract and work their magic. Seriously, it feels like magic. So whether you're looking to improve your energy, tackle your to-dos like a ninja with better focus, get better sleep, build more lean muscle mass, lose fat, promote radiant skin, or just feel your absolute best overall, then these peptides are going to help you level up. Here's the best part. Make Wellness takes the guesswork out of supplementation. Their formulas are backed by science and precision crafted to give you exactly what your body needs. No fluff, no fillers, just real results. Backed by billions of dollars in research and over 9 years in human clinical trials. And guess what? You can grab these life-enhancing peptides directly through me. To learn more or place an order, just head to the link in the show notes or to my Instagram channel, Peptides Restock, where I'm giving you the inside scoop on all the products, restocks, and the amazing testimonials coming in daily. I'll guide you through the options and help you choose what fits your goals best. Head over to my Instagram at Miss Erica Renee and click on that Peptides Restock channel. Let's elevate together with Make Wellness, because you deserve to feel unstoppable. So don't wait. Reach out today and let's start this journey toward a stronger, healthier, elevated you.